about the State of the Union. Roe was dying to get in. Go, Roe.
All right, here's the thing. Okay, let's say if you legally codify wage structures, right?
Okay.
And you're working a job, and let's say you're making $100,000 a year at that job.
Okay.
And a guy comes in next to you who's got zero experience, and he wants $100,000 for that job, even though he's probably only worth $50,000. He would get it under equal pay for equal work.
Okay.
Right? So it goes both ways. It isn't just going to benefit women. It's going to benefit guys.
But right now, all the studies are saying that there's a disparity. You have to, that whole like a dollar.
The government can't solve it.
Here's the thing: if two employees are if one employee is getting paid $100,000, the other employee gets hired the same exact day, he or she should make $100,000. I think that's what the president's argument.
Once you start to make that structure governmentally secured, anything can happen, and that's the problem.
I don't need a study. I just want to make one quick comment. I don't need a study to tell me about gender inequality. There is inherent gender inequality just by the fact that, by the virtue of the fact that women are the child bearers in our society, and we have to have protection, because if they leave a job and to go have a baby, that job may not be there for them when they get back.
And why go a step down when they return?
And it is the sacrifices
we have laws that are in place for that.
But we need to further those laws in addition to why this has been an inherent thing throughout history that women have not made as much as men.
Yeah, and I don't think women want to make just as much without as much education. Women are educated asking for the same amount of money. They're not coming in with no experience.
This is really a simple Econ 101 thing. If I could pay one group of people 23% less than another group, then I would only hire the people I could pay 23% less.
So then there'd be no men working. There would be no men working, and the women would run everything. So how is it that the men are working, still making more money, and we're not?
Because it's not, because the studies that you refer to are fallacious. They're not true. They don't hold up to scrutiny. I'm sorry. It's not true.
Every last one of those studies.
It's not true. I could show you study after study after study.
This is men and women are on equal playing fields.
Yeah, and I can introduce you to girlfriends of mine that have been through this. That are lawyers, are.
Why do you and I make the same?
When you control for other factors, like Roe was talking about, when you control for other factors, education, time in the workforce, it really isn't true that
these are women with time in the workforce. These are women with education. They're not just saying, I want a free ride.
Dan's saying that the numbers are inaccurate. Dan is just saying the numbers are inaccurate. That's what he's saying.
That is a shibboleth that is propagated by the left. It's not true.
Watch your mouth, Dan. This is broadcast television.
All right. Well, listen, of course, the Republicans had a chance to have a rebuttal of the President's State of the Union last night. And, of course, Kathy McMorris Rogers delivered that last night. There she is, mother of 3 boys, married to a former Navy commander, I believe. And what did you think of what she had to say, Dan? I actually thought she did a nice delivery of her speech.
We face today is one of opportunity.
Yeah, I thought it was good. I thought she was very good.
But I did think a lot of what she said sounded like the president. It was a nice delivery. It seemed to me kind of the same message. It's just like if we can get them to play nice in the sandbox, everybody would be happy.
I think that's a fair... No. I mean...
Because her message tonight, the president made more promises that sound good, but won't actually solve the problems facing America. The president talks a lot about income equality. Real gap we face is one of the opportunity and equality, and with this administration's policies, that gap has become too far. So the gap has become too far. How do we close the gap?
Right. Well, I mean, she's suggesting a different policy course. So I think she presents well. I think her response was a lot of biography, because it's kind of part of trying to rebrand the Republican Party a little bit.
She talked about Cole, her 6-year-old son.
In the minds of certain voter demographics. So it was more biography than it was policy. If you wanted a little bit more policy, a little bit more substance, I think you look at Utah United States Senator Mike Lee's response to the president as well, that focused in a little bit more detail about the inequality issue.
All right. Well, guess what? We're going to have more State of the Union coming up right after this break. We're on a roll. We might as well not stop. But Ryan's had a 2-minute warning coming up with Larry Miller.
Yeah, I don't have any political questions in that, but we'll be right back.